Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. I want to get into a couple spots I'm watching in the Atlantic, a couple tropical waves. It's normal to have those areas of thunderstorms this time of year, but they are going to bring us increased rain. And down the road, there could be a little development out of one of them. So I'm going to monitor that. We've got one moving in here, and as these eventually move through the Caribbean into the Gulf, there are some subtle signs there. Conditions are a little more conducive to development, so I'll keep an eye on those. But you see both of them right here, kind of healthier tropical waves, so to speak. These are not water waves, these are disturbances in the air, atmospheric waves coming off the coast of Africa because of those global wind patterns. But this is going to bring in some extra rain and storms, and watching out for a higher flood threat too for some of us as these work in particular Guyana and Suriname. The flood threat's going to get even higher. We've had flooding the last few days. As these tropical waves move by, I'll show you the rain totals, much higher rain. Plus, I want to get into the outlook for the rest of July and August. I'll do that in a second. We've had some scattered showers and storms in parts of the southeastern Caribbean. I'll zoom down in a moment. Let me zoom around here first. Let me get to that. You see, back toward Cuba, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, we had some heavier areas of thunderstorms yesterday. Here's Jamaica, Cayman Islands. Jamaica, I'll show you an increased chance of some thunderstorms. This is kind of the leftover stuff from what we had yesterday, but watching out for things flaring up again today. And you see, as we work our way back toward the northeastern Caribbean, quiet relatively for most of us as of now, but I'll show you the increased chance of rain as well. And here's some of the rain that's been working by parts of Trinidad and Tobago from last night and early this morning. There's been some unsettled weather. Now, let me get into the pattern for the rest of July. Now, the moisture train in July has been right through here. You see this green and this blue shading. That's above average rainfall, and that's what we've had, and that's what we're going to see over the next couple of weeks. And I just showed you those two tropical waves right in here, that moisture track that'll draw in that moisture back toward especially the southeastern Caribbean, and then working into the Caribbean as we go over the next week or two. Now let me flip over and get into the outlook a bit for August. So this is August. Look how the moisture expands. Still that moisture track, which is common, lifts a little bit more to the north as we get into August. So we're going to see the systems that try to develop be a little bit more to the north, back through the Caribbean, into the Gulf, and back through the Bahamas. The moisture expands. This is not just some areas of rain and storms. This is increased moisture, above average rainfall for much of the Caribbean, not all of the Caribbean, but much of the Caribbean back through the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to be an issue with our pattern we have now. That means we are going to see increased tropical storms and hurricanes. We expect an active season. Does not mean we're necessarily going to get hit. I don't want to spread any fear or false information. I need to track it storm by storm. So as a hurricane may develop, say in August, we need to see if this Bermuda high is strong or weak. Maybe it spins out, maybe it works in. That'll be a wait and see. Still need to watch the current conditions at the time. But with that said, that moisture is really going to be expanding, and moisture obviously an ingredient for tropical storms and hurricanes to develop. Plus these water temperatures so very warm. You see the water temperatures, Gulf of Mexico and parts of the Caribbean right around 30 degrees Celsius. 86 degrees Fahrenheit, up to about 90 degrees Fahrenheit in some spots. And I was showing you this in yesterday's video. These are those hot pockets I was talking about. Not only the warm water, but the warm water that goes way down. So if anything does try to develop, it can really flare up over these brighter spots. That kind of acts as fuel to these. But I'm watching everything for you. Got you covered as we get into the busiest part of the hurricane season, which is August, September into October. Those 3 months are the busiest time of the hurricane season. Now, let me show you what's going on with these two tropical waves I'm watching. We've got one that's going to try to head toward the southeastern Caribbean. There is another tropical wave. This is the one I was talking about yesterday. That's kind of working its way through Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, headed towards Central America. So spotty showers and storms around. But Guyana and Suriname, even northeastern Venezuela, a high chance of rain that is going to lead to flooding. Here's that next tropical wave working in right here. This is by the time we get into tomorrow. So I'll keep that rain chance elevated over toward Trinidad and Tobago. On the high side, Guyana and Suriname, I am concerned about more flooding and the potential of life-threatening flooding. Businesses taking on water water, homes, Guyana, and Suriname. And there on the backside of the tropical wave, Jamaica tomorrow, scattered showers and storms. And then this here is Wednesday, and once again, you see a couple of things here. There's some of the extra rain, even pulling back near St. Lucia, down through St. Vincent of the Grenadines and Grenada, and then still a very active area, Panama, Costa Rica, and Nicaragua. That's where it's been more active. Not as much Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, and parts of Honduras. I'm watching the Yucatan of Mexico. Then as we work our way into Thursday, this is Thursday here, and you see a couple things on this map, the areas of rain and storms. A lot of action where I was just mentioning as you work your way back toward Panama, and all this action feeding in toward Costa Rica, Nicaragua with that tropical wave. And here comes the other tropical wave. That's that second one that'll move in later this week, so it gets active. Now, there are some subtle signs that this second tropical wave will march its way toward the Caribbean into the Gulf, and occasionally the models hint at it trying to spin up, so just want to let you know I'll be watching that. Especially as we get over the next few weeks, things will get more active, but that second tropical wave may try to develop a little bit. No big signs of that, but a little bit. Just know I'm watching it for you as we work our way forward. Now, we get a look at those seas. They are going to be building in some spots. Pretty good in other spots, though. Gulf of Mexico, we're looking good. This is for today, a little bit bumpy in the southwestern Caribbean, as is typical this time of year. This here is on our Tuesday, so you could get a gauge. We're looking good over toward the Bahamas, but as we work our way from Tuesday into Wednesday, you see how things start to build in the Atlantic waters as these tropical waves work in, especially that second one. By the end of the week, we'll see things building, but things do get a bit bumpier parts of the Atlantic waters just off toward the east of the Bahamas by the time we get into midweek. Now look at these rain totals. These colors are off my chart, so you can see the white to the black shading. The black shading would be 150 millimeters of rain or 6 inches of rain, but then we get to the reds, and we're talking about these yellows, so upwards of 300 millimeters of rain. Now, hopefully that is just offshore. That would be 12 inches of rain, but it gives you an idea of how much moisture this first tropical wave has, so I am concerned about that flooding. Here's Suriname, Guyana. We are going to get some spots over 150 millimeters of rain or 6 inches of rain for a 3-day rain total. So it's not all at once, but a 3-day rain total. And here's Trinidad and Tobago. Now, as these tropical waves move in, we're going to see scattered showers and storms, not a washout, but I do expect some isolated areas of flooding the next few days. So not all of us get the rain. It's not a 100% chance, about a 60-70% chance the next few days. So some of us dry, but others could get upwards of 75 millimeters of rain or 3 inches of rain. Watching St. Lucia, Barbados, back toward Dominica, this is more hit or miss. It is kind of quieter in the northeastern Caribbean. As that second tropical wave moves in, things could pick up a little bit, but you see just kind of a passing variety of a shower storm. U.S., British Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Haiti, Dominican Republic, south side, once again, a couple showers and storms. We'll get a few thunderstorms that could drop a decent amount of rain. Jamaica going up a little bit with some scattered showers and storms in that tropical wave moving by. You see, if you do get some rain, 50 millimeters or 2 inches of rain would be possible. A couple thunderstorms a possibility, and some moisture, especially central and southern Bahamas over the next 3 days. Here's that little pocket here, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. So we are going to see some areas of flooding. Please keep me posted in the comments. It's really a sharp divide between some of the dry weather and some of the storms. Spotty showers and storms, Belize, as we get over toward Belize City. Guatemala, we'll see a few scattered showers and storms. As we work our way back toward Mexico proper, here's Mexico City. A couple of those thunderstorms could drop a couple inches of rain or upwards of 50 to even 100 millimeters of rain for a 3-day rain total in some spots. We get to the north of this. Do want to touch on Newfoundland, Atlantic region of Canada. We could get a couple thunderstorms later today. We're going to see a couple fronts move in. You can see as we work our way into tomorrow afternoon, right through here, we're going to be watching a very active period the next couple of days. So some scattered showers, could get a couple of thunderstorms as we work our way into Tuesday, and really we get a little more energy from that front as we work our way into Wednesday. And we'll keep an eye on this moisture here that will eventually push in. So active pattern with a couple fronts moving through the Atlantic region of Canada. But Jamaica, you see, by tomorrow, a 60% chance of some scattered showers and storms, and they could be strong with the heating from the day. A couple of those storms could really pop up. Cayman Islands, 30 to 40% chance, and there's that 60% chance Trinidad and Tobago. Not all day, not for all of us, not a 100% chance, but that first tropical wave is going to move in. That'll increase the chance of rain, and then we'll watch out for that second tropical wave later this week. Barbados, 30 to 40% chance of rain, up to a 50% chance of some scattered showers on Wednesday, and that's about the same thing as we work our way towards St. Lucia, isolated to scattered showers the next 2 days. Grenada, it's going to pick up a bit tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, 50 to 60% chance of rain for us, 50% chance tomorrow and Wednesday, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And you see the rain chance just gradually going up some, even in Martinique. We get back toward Dominica. A couple of those passing showers today. Could get a few scattered showers, about a 50% chance for today. 40 to 50% chance over the next 3 days in Guadeloupe, Antigua and Barbuda, northeastern Caribbean, not as much, 30% chance. You see that 20 to 30% chance. St. Kitts and Nevis and Montserrat, Anguilla and St. Bart's, it would be an isolated shower. Otherwise, lots of sunshine around. St. Martin, Saba, and Statia, same thing, 30 to 40% chance. 30 to 40% chance in Puerto Rico, but this will include some thunderstorms. So watching out for a few downpours, being mindful of the lightning and very hot. And there's the 30 to 40% chance. U.S. and British Virgin Islands, Bahamas, central, southern areas, better chance of getting some of the rain. A couple passing showers, Turks and Caicos, and about a 50% chance south side of the Dominican Republic today. That's where we could get a few thunderstorms, and we could get a few thunderstorms as well south of Port-au-Prince as we work our way through Haiti, closer to Jacmel. Belize, we're looking at a few showers and storms around. There'll be a couple, just not widespread, so 30 to 40% chance. And then we get back through Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. Once again, mainly a dry pattern. Rain chance stays very limited, but this is where it's higher. Watching out for that flooding, especially northern sections of Guyana. Watching out for some areas of flooding in Suriname. I showed you those very high totals. Thank you for sharing this information to get the word out. Scattered thunderstorms in Cuba, about a 50 to 60% chance, Costa Rica and Panama, but it kind of depends on where you are. Closer to the Caribbean, once again, that's where we'll have a higher rain total. Same thing in Nicaragua, where we'll get some areas of flooding. 40 to 50% chance as we work our way toward Honduras, and about a 40% chance today, Guatemala and El Salvador. Rain chance around Mexico City, 50 to 60%, and a 40 to 50% chance the next couple days. Nothing too terribly high over toward Merida, Campeche, Cancun, and Cozumel. Colombia, isolated showers and storms. Still some of those areas of dust around. Northern Venezuela, 30 to 40% chance, but northeastern Venezuela, closer to Trinidad, that's where we have that higher chance of rain. Bermuda, we're mainly on the dry side. So it is starting to get more active again. A series of tropical waves moving in, watching those areas of rain and flooding. And I'm going to keep an eye on that second tropical wave as it moves into the Caribbean, closer to the Gulf of Mexico. There are some signs it could try to develop a little bit, and with that warm water, I'll watch that very carefully. And then we'll see that moisture increasing more late month, and especially next month when we expect it to get active. It is common to have a very active August, September, and October, and we're getting closer to that. So I'll be watching these two tropical waves, monitoring the flooding, and for any signs of development, got you covered. Be safe. Have a good rest of your day.